Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. As you can see, I receive, some negative comments on YouTube, but thankfully most of them are, positive. And through the years, I don't always reply to these idiots. Sometimes I just delete them or block the person if they're really nasty. But sometimes I reply, like this one. And so I've gathered up, I went through my Facebook because, through the years, once in a while, like I said, I'll reply to a comment. Some people will call it a burn or whatever, or just a fairly good response to these trolls. Like this one, I hate you. And, he's trying to hurt my feelings. So I just reply back, thanks, have a great day. And so I've gathered a few of them from, like I said, throughout the years. Some of them you might have seen before, either on Facebook or YouTube. But this is kind of like a best of. And uh, I also wanted to say that today, sometime today on my other YouTube channel, Larry Graves Canadian Studmuffin, I'm going to be doing a Rush related unboxing. So stay tuned for that. So here we go. And it'd be fun for some of my viewers to let me know which is your favorite reply that I did, or your favorite comment, and my retort for it. Okay, so this is for Harvey's stuffed cheeseburger review that I did a few years ago. Why am I watching some guy eat and review a effin' sandwich? And I replied back, I think it's because you clicked on a video called Harvey's stuffed cheeseburger review. That picture behind you makes you look like an idiot. That comment you just left with the bad spelling makes you look like an idiot too, so I guess we're even. Have a nice day. I am trying to be kind to my viewers. Hungry Man Roast Turkey Dinner Review. So this was from a few years ago. You are so full of shit. It's not okay. I bought one of these turkey dinners and it was awful. Are you on their payroll? Ever since Pinnacle Foods Group and then Con Agra bought the Hungry Man name, it has been downhill. I wrote to Pinnacle to complain. I'd love to read that letter about another Hungry Man product. He replied and acted like it was news to him. Gorton's, Van de Kamp's, they are all the same. Junk for your dollar. So, how much are they paying you for your soul? And I replied, I got paid $50,000 to do this dishonest food review. Easy money. This is an old one. You suck. You will never be a famous YouTuber. And here I am today. I saw some of your videos and there no one is funny. Plus, you look old and have no wife and children. Man, get a life. And I just replied back, thanks, have a great day. LOL, you're stupid. I won't insult you back, even though you should have written, you're stupid. Have a nice day. Where is Roxana Finch these days? In case she's watching, hello. Canadian Studmuffin, Badfinger Boogie Barb. That's a good name. You're a effing moron. And you're a YouTube troll who lives in his grandparents' basement, so I guess we're even. Yeah, I love it when people try and tell you what to do with your YouTube channel, or how to talk. Could you please talk normally? Talk faster and less exaggerated expression, because it looks like You are trying to read a script. It would improve the quality. I'm not changing the way I talk, or I would not be me. Thanks. I hate you. Thanks. Have a great day. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your comment doesn't matter. That was a good one. You need to see your doctor. You're not right in the head, Canadian Studmuffin. I'm seeing him next Tuesday. And by the way, I always say this. These people, I don't think any of them ever come back and leave another comment. They're gone. Yeah, this was from about 10 years ago. And this has happened, a handful of times. Somebody calls me, they get a hold of my phone number, and this person, luckily I have my phone on silent, but I saw that in the morning. This person wanted to talk to me at 2:30 in the morning. I'm busy sleeping. You're ugly. Thanks. Have a great day. Top 10 disappointing rock albums. Wait just a minute. What the hell was wrong with the Pretender's second album? You, sire, are a moron, and you call yourself a music lover. Please, you need to get your head examined. I'd rather be a moron than a a-hole. P.S. You spelled examined wrong, moron. That was a good one. Yeah, when people get upset because you don't like a certain band or album and they do, they think, just because they love something that you need to love it too. I get that, fairly often when I'm doing my rock music vlogs. Yeah, some nice comments. You're so funny, and that's from Jesus Child. I replied back, thank you, Jesus. And Jesus Child wrote back, be blessed. It was nice. Yeah, sometimes I have problems pronouncing words. It's one of my problems. Maybe I have a kind of a problem with that. Like I'm not a perfect person. All of us have our problems, right? And there's certain words, if especially if I've never said them before or I rarely say them, sometimes I struggle saying the word. And you'll notice that in some of my videos. I apologize. What's wrong with that guy? And he keeps doing like this all the time, and he can't pronounce the word. I still can't, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Okay, he's from that non-existing country called Canada, so he pronounces the word below. Maybe that's where I got that from, or something. But I can't really explain the other stuff. And then, like I said, I get nice comments. Hi, Larry, your apartment is cozy and comfy. Really enjoy this. Cheers, bud. 20 minutes in. I'm 20 minutes in on my TV. You helped me get through 7 weeks on a rather scary mental health ward recently. Your vids and Facebook posts always make my day. Thanks, Larry, and all the best. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I love this. You got to brag once in a while. Edgar Wright, the great director. I knew of him. I have hit some of his movies before he directed the Sparks documentary, and he watched my Sparks albums review, and he left this comment. It's like Edgar Wright watched my little tiny video on YouTube. Good old Neil Berg. It obviously means a lot to you, but that's a rotting way of getting people to click on your boring page by mentioning Spotify. Plus, the word about is pronounced a bout, not a boot. That's one thing that kind of annoys me. It's like about. Am I saying it wrong? Does that sound like a boot? I'm saying about. Your speaking voice is very relaxing, but not for this. It's rock and roll. You're putting me to sleep. Now go eat your dinner. Your microwave is calling. Boy, that hurt. Hi Larry, life is hard here right now and just wanted to let you know your videos help. All my thanks, Tom. Yeah, I just put in some of these more positive. I don't want it to be all negative, but I won't read that. You can pause the video if you want to read it, but I do. I get way more nice messages than the bad messages I'm reading here. Yeah, there's another one if you want to pause to read it. Go on. What did Canadians have a big mouth? Why do most trolls have such bad grammar? Yeah. Top 10 songs about death and dying. Not impressed with any of the choices. That's okay. I'm not impressed with your comment, so we're even. Yeah. This person, I think he left me a couple of different comments. He wanted me to grow my hair. And it's funny that just, I think yesterday, I was talking to Molly and I was saying, I've never had really long hair. I was thinking, what do you think about me growing, my hair long in the back, right? Keeping it, not too long here, but just I've never had long hair. Let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, and then later he came back on another video. He's obsessed with my hair for some reason. Larry, can you please grow your hair like John Lennon, like the hairpiece era? Now, this has nothing to do with me, but I just found it so hilarious. I saw this on Facebook a few years ago, and so I kept it. This is some woman saying, "Hi, my puppy won't stop barking when we leave till we come home. Help." And then Puppy Problems replied, "Hello, unfortunately, this is a page for my band, which happens to be called Puppy Problems." And he goes on. And then she replies back, "My dog eats everything. How do you know my name?" Ugh. I think I dated her once. Is this guy gay or just fucking weird? I'm just fucking weird. Why did he look freaked and duck at the sound of a siren? Because I have a fear of sirens ever since I was run over by an ambulance. Some of you might remember, I haven't done it for a while because it's, I'm not recording when, uh, a siren goes by the road here. But what I would do is I would duck, like to kind of hide from the police thinking they're after me or whatever. I'll do it again someday, don't worry. You have problems with your humor. No, you have problems with my humor. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I follow this channel. It's political, but I really like this guy, and I watch not everything, but I'm subscribed to his channel. And some of you might remember I've done a couple of interviews where it looks like he's interviewing me, but he isn't, of course. But I place myself in to the person that he's interviewing. And he's actually twice left me, and that's his, official YouTube channel. And he plays along with it, and it just shows you, he's got a great sense of humor, and he took the time out of his, I'm sure he's a lot busier than I am. Really appreciate you sitting down for this one. Yeah, this is a one I just posted in my community, and I guess a lot of my viewers and on Facebook, a lot of my fans like this response. You should not be doing reviews if you didn't already own this album. You should never go to a party because the party would then be over. And that's not copied from anything. That's right from my brain because I'm a funny guy, like it or not. Oh, Molly loved this one. This is one of the best ones. I read this to her a couple of weeks ago. So this is when Molly is trying to guess which of the Beatles is singing. And this is from the YouTube short, promoting that. What is with the goofy ass edits? 4 times. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Yeah, I know you'd be like, if you don't like blah, 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 and all that other jive old people say, but you choose to record a video and post it to the public. Hello? This is the public speaking. So this is the whole public speaking. And I need to tell you, those little things you think are cute is more often than not just horribly annoying. So cut that unnecessary shit to this otherwise fine premise. Testing if my wife, sister, daughter has been paying attention to my music all these years. And then he wasn't done. Also, she totally doesn't want to play this bullshit. This was your idea? Wonder why she'd say that. You like holding people hostage to your foolery, don't you? And as you know, as you can hopefully tell, I don't force Molly to be in my videos. She enjoys being in my videos. Don't get me started. Great relaxing video. You have a great voice and interesting topics. Thank you. When I listen to your videos and my girlfriend is there, she says, "Oh, it's the guy with the laugh." She loves your laugh, and so do I. Never lose it. Thank you. Your choices stink. I get that quite often. Yeah, that's just another, nice comment if you want to pause to read the video to read it. Yeah, this is when, you do a video and because, I'm just sometimes picking random albums or whatever, and then somebody, they just get mad. Hardly any great singer-songwriters. I mean, no Van Morrison or Nick Drake or Neil Young or Bob Dylan or Joni or Laura Nyro, etc., etc. And why Coney Island Baby instead of, say, the brilliant Berlin? Good Sticky Fingers is on it, but no Beatles, Velvet, Doors, Pulp, Blur, Big Thief, Love, Weather Station, Fontaines, DC. Thankfully, Paul Diamond, I never heard of him, or Dimon, is on the list, but Grand Funk is there too. Good band, but far from making any classic record. I guess he's got a different opinion than I do. Good thing they didn't rely on their looks, lol, as you hide behind your keyboard typing that. Yeah, it's for, I don't know what band it was. And they weren't an ugly looking band either, but. That's nice. I'll smoke a bong to that. I don't care what you do, but I am looking after my health now. That's for that. recent video I did about, my issues with marijuana. Yeah, once again, right? I realize those are your favorites, but no Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Captain Fantastic, or Blue Moves. And yes, I'm a longtime Elton fan. Well, good for you. I like Elton John, but I'm not a fan like this guy is. But I thought I would see at least one of those for the artwork alone. Nice list, though. Yeah, that's when I was showing the different album covers with artwork on them. I don't have an Elton John records. Almost done. Yeah, this guy left a couple comments. I'm not even going to read it. Let's move on. You're way too long-winded setting up a story. I kind of agree with him. I can be long-winded. Sorry. Yeah, once again, right? No Pink Floyd, Beatles, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Rush, Van Halen, or even Jethro Tull. In my opinion, all of those have perfect albums or two. I'm not a fan of Van Halen and Jethro Tull. I don't have any Jethro Tull. This was for when I did 20 perfect albums, right? And I said in the video at the start, there's no Beatles because for me, a lot of the Beatles albums are perfect. But, somebody's got to complain because I left out bands, that I actually love. Yeah. A rule to remember when grading great rock and roll: if you constantly use the word cool, you don't know what cool really is. Cool. Thanks for the cool tip. Yes, I subscribe to your channel, so you have a subscriber now. One thing I've noticed with these, I call them trolls, right? 95% of the time you go to their channel, they don't have a YouTube, they don't have their own YouTube channel. They're just running around the internet, leaving comments like that. Who watches this idiot and why did YouTube give me this video? Wow, I can't believe people watch this shit. Thanks for watching. It's like I forced him to click on the video, right? Fake band. Yeah, this was I did a YouTube short on the Bangles. A very good female band, and they know how to play their instruments. Fake band not playing instruments. Typical females. this was for that series Molly and I did on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Jealousy definitely shows people's real side of arrogance. Try getting your own life and leave the couple to theirs. And I replied, you sound like a real Karen. I think that's it. Oh, one more. Yeah, that's the other by Brian Tyler Cohen. Thanks again for sitting down with me, Glenn. And the person he's interviewing is Glenn, but he understands the humor of it. So I just replied back to him. And like I said, it was just, it makes me feel good. Somebody, takes the time out of their very busy day and actually watches my video. And I might do another one. I've been thinking of doing another interview. We'll see. So that's it. I will edit this a little bit, but over 20 minutes. I apologize. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite response that I did or your favorite comment in the comment section below. Make sure you're subscribed and like the video. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye.